Hello. Regardless of variance in abilities, the students always benefit in more ways than one. Despite a rich classical culture in India, dance is not really taught in a therapeutic way for children. What is dance? It means the balance, understanding, and coordination of the body. Dance is interaction between body and mind. In many educational institutes, teaching goes on one-way process. For example, lectures, demonstrations, presentations, etc. Many times, child cannot involve physically and mentally. There are a very few chances where students can interact between body and mind in education. But it is possible if we can make fusion of dance and academic learning. Dance therapy or dance movement therapy is the psychotherapeutic use of movement and dance for emotional, cognitive, social, behavioral and physical conditions. Dance movement therapy strengthens the body-mind connections through body movements to improve both the mental and physical well-being of individuals. Let's see the principles of dance motor therapy. The theory of dance motor therapy is based upon the idea that the body and mind are inseparable. Dance motor therapy rests on certain theoretical principles. Body and mind interact so that a change in movement will affect total functioning. Movement reflects personality. The therapeutic relationship is mediated at least to some extent non-verbally, for example through the therapist mirroring the client's movement. Movement contains a symbolic function and as such can be evidence of unconscious process. Movement improvisation allows the client to experiment with new ways of being. Dance motor therapy allows for the recapitulation of early object relationship by virtue of the largely non-verbal mediation of the latter. Through the unity of the body, mind and spirit, dance motor therapy provides a sense of wholeness to the all individuals. Acquisition learning is seen as going on all the time. It is concrete, immediate and confined to a specific activity. It is not concerned with general principles. Examples include much of the learning involved in parenting or with running a home. Some have referred to this kind of learning as unconscious or implicit. Rogers, however, suggests that it might be better to speak of it as having a conscious of the task. In other words, whilst the learner may not be conscious of learning, they are usually aware of the specific task in hand. But in dance therapy, children are conscious and interested for task because they like to learn academic skills through the dance. The blurred boundary between inference and perception is one thing that makes eyewitnesses unreliable, and a skillful questionnaire can induce a witness to remember things never experienced. In spite this blurriness, we derive a good deal of our knowledge of the world by applying reason to the things we already know, extending those by inference, and making good guesses about what must exist in the gap of our knowledge. In Kenneth Boulding, more organic terms, knowledge grows also because of inward teachers as well as outward messages. The basic theme we are developing can be stated this way. The world is not given. We interpret, construct, even imagine it. We use knowledge to recall some things verbatim, reconstruct the gist of other things, and infer other things we never literally learn. In addition, we use knowledge to guide our perceptions, strategies, and comprehension of new experience and information. People seek information in order to create mental constructs, to confirm those mental constructs, and to modify those constructs so that they fit more closely with experience. Exactly these things happen in dance motor therapy. Let's see active learning with dance motor therapy. Piaget's fundamental insight was those individuals constructs their own understanding. Learning is constructive process. This active experience, even at the earlier school level, should include both physical manipulation of object and mental manipulation of ideas. As a general rule, students should act, manipulate, observe and then talk and or write about what they have experienced. Concrete experience provide the raw material for thinking. Communicating with others makes students use, test and sometimes change their thinking ability. Dance motor therapy helps children to think constructive and manipulate objects and ideas. Much of our teaching depend on cognitive abilities, sharing information with others and looking for signs that the information is understood. As a result, you should understand cognitive stages. Cognitive development is the construction of thought processes, including remembering, problem solving and decision making, from childhood through adolescence to adulthood. Dance involves so many cognitive skills like perception, remembering, thinking, etc. Cognitive development refers to how a person perceives things and gain understanding of his or her world through the interaction of genetic and learned factors. Science is documenting that dance motor therapy improves the mood, decreases anxiety, improves sleep, increases immune response, improves resilience in the face of stress and raises self-esteem. Dance motor therapy helps to decrease level of stress and anxiety. According to learning theory, people generally remember 10% of what they read, 20% of what they hear, 30% of what they see, 50% of what they hear and see, 70% of what they say and write, and 90% of what they do. So retention is best when the learner is involved, because what I hear I forgot, what I see I remember, what I do I understand. Based on this, dance motor therapy is one of the best ways to learn. Dance is often referred to as the most complete of all the arts. This is argued because dance can utilize intelligence, spirituality, discovery and spontaneity while the body is producing art. It is an amazing feeling to experience movement spontaneously being created within one's body. It is awe-inspiring and fulfilling. In dance, one has to relate to the entities like time and space. If we could draw some parallels, we should be able to establish the relation of one's own body to these entities for these children and make them understand some basic concepts like tall, short, big, small, fat, thin, and further establish concepts like circle, line, back, front, etc. If we could plan for some formations in dance which are similar to their topics and make them understand it through dance. Dance is related to body movement, so along with the geometrical, mathematical learning, we can explain children about the basic anatomy of body parts, their exact utilities, some internal parts function, and what is the effect of dance exercise to make their function smooth and improve their interest in biology also. And children could learn from both ways, through dance and through classroom teaching. And it could be like a revision also. Dance motor therapy helps to create a good environment for learning. Dance motor therapy is beneficial for the most number of children and implementable for maximum number of teachers. So be creative, be innovative, think differently. There is always a better way. Better way to learn, better way to teach, better way to express ourselves, and better way to enjoy education. Thank you.